Trump is backing down. I mean, the MAGA movement is getting crushed. The movement is literally falling apart. Yesterday, we heard that Trump had a call with the governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, and he said that they seem to be on the same wave about working together. Then we found out that Kristi Noem, the leader of the DHS, and Greg Bavino, the Border Patrol chief, was sent home and they will not be in charge in Minnesota anymore. But that is not enough. Saying ICE needs to be abolished is the moderate view. Like, that is too conservative for my liking. I think that the leadership for ICE, as well as any agents that committed any crimes against civilians, need to be prosecuted. I do know that it's a law that protects, like, federal employees from state prosecutions, but they got to be within the scope of work. And killing, civilians on the streets of Minnesota is not within those agents' job duties. It's just insane what happened to Alex Pretti. And the federal government immediately started lying about everything surrounding this murder right away. But I'm glad that people just wasn't buying it. I mean, his parents came out and said the Trump administration is telling sickening lies about their family. And we finally have a solution that can bring an end to all of the terror that ICE is causing. Now, I want to take a second and ask y'all to subscribe to my YouTube page and sign up for my email list. That's the best way to stay in the loop on all things politics with Steve. Now, let's get back to it. We definitely need justice for Alex Pretti. I mean, we witnessed an unarmed, one of our fellow American citizens executed by ICE agents. They harping on the fact that he had a firearm, which is crazy because, the right-wing movement champions the Second Amendment. But he was clearly disarmed by an agent, though. There's the gun, clearly being removed. This is before any shots was fired. Gun removed. Now, this is a conservative media outlet, the Washington Post, saying federal agents in Minneapolis wrestled Alex Pretti to the ground and secured the handgun he was carrying moments before shooting him multiple times. Again, if a person has a gun and it was taken by authorities, that person is now what? Unarmed. The fact that that person had a weapon on him is not a defense for killing that person when you claiming that you killed him because of the gun. I mean, they telling us that he was impeding, agents' work or whatever. Like, we watched him. He was helping a woman that ICE pushed ruthlessly. It also looked like the dude that shot him, he already had his gun out because he was like pistol whipping him. And every statement I've seen from federal officials is just dog shit. I mean, like, they could not be more dishonest. So let me get this straight. Now, the Republican Party believes legally carrying a firearm is a death sentence. Hey, dickhead, do y'all remember Kyle Rittenhouse? I mean, not only did he bring a more deadlier gun to a protest, he also used it and was acquitted. Nobody talked about bringing a firearm to a protest when he did that, did they? And I keep hearing, he planned to do maximum damage. How do y'all know that he planned to do I've never seen anybody that planned to do maximum damage have one hand in the air and the other hand with their camera out. Like, there is very good footage of this incident. You can see he never reaches for the weapon. But these people will lie to you and tell you that you didn't see something that we can clearly see a video of. But see, the reason that Trump is now backing down is because Republican politicians are starting to break with him. I mean, there's been at least 10 Republican senators, including like ones that are staunch Trump allies, that is calling for a prioritized and transparent investigation. I mean, we seen the governor of Texas, which is, normal Trump meat rider, Greg Abbott, say that ICE need to recalibrate its mission. And then yesterday, we seen a Republican candidate for the governor of Minnesota announce that he had to drop out of the race. He literally said, I can't look my daughters in the eye and say that I'm running as a Republican when they pulling over Hispanics and Asians because of the color of their skin. I didn't sign up for that. I even seen a Republican governor use the term murder. That is big for them in terms of speaking out or saying anything against Trump policies. And for everybody defending MAGA or, Trump's immigration policy, Do y'all realize that Obama deported way more undocumented immigrants than Donald Trump without killing Americans? The only good thing about any of this is there's finally a solution that I think can work and that will literally get rid of ICE, right? Democrats appear to be ready for a fight to protect citizens from ICE. Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said that Senate Democrats will block any bill that will fund ICE, and this will potentially set up another Trump government shutdown. And the framing of this potential shutdown should be very simple. This is about ICE's ability to continue terrorizing American citizens. Now, last week we seen 7 Democrats vote to advance a bill that included more funding for this ICE terror. This is after we watched ICE murder Renee Good, then lie on her. One of those 7 Democrats, Tom Suozzi, has since said he regretted that vote. Now, this bill is with the Senate, and it will require 60 votes to pass. But here's the thing. Without funding, they can't pay agents. All the ICE operations will come to a screeching halt. No more terrorizing Americans, right? But what's being lost in all of this? I don't think this loser is being called out enough. All of this and everything that's happening in Minnesota right now is because, Nick Shirley, just another right-wing dummy who is also racist, started an easily provable lie about Somalian daycares in Minnesota. I mean, this loser claimed that Somali-run daycare centers in Minnesota was taking money without providing any services. Dude said it was like a $9 billion daycare fraud scheme without any evidence whatsoever, which is, typical for like right-wing conspiracy theories. And then right away we had Elon Musk with the most followers on X and, who rigged the X's algorithm to amplify his post, immediately started, sharing all of this garbage, right? And Kristi Noem, the leader of DHS, sent ICE to Minnesota based on some rando social media post. Like, she literally announced right away that she will be sending agents to Minnesota to inspect like 30 sites. It was that easy. A quick, stupid, easily provable lie caused all of this. Now we have multiple murders of law-abiding American citizens because this chump lies, and Kristi Noem's ability to fact check just random lames on the internet. And like I said, instead of anybody in administration doing just a little bit of digging, you could have found out the stories were obviously false. I mean, like I said, easily provably false. All the reports I seen from state regulators visiting the daycare centers said that this was BS. And since all of this started, why haven't we heard the Justice Department talk about any sort of fraud that they uncovered? Why haven't DHS talked about any illegal Somalians or the people that was running these alleged daycare, being deported or anything like that? Like, where's the evidence that any of this stuff is real? Like, all they did was terrorize American citizens. Outside of the Trump administration and, his regime's propaganda, there is literally no evidence that anything regarding the premises of this ICE invasion to Minnesota was ever true.